Hi, everybody. Welcome to today's episode of Up Your Game. I'm really excited today because I'm here with Tom Schwenger, President and Chief Operating Officer. Tom, thank you for being here.
Thanks, Abdul, and thanks for the opportunity to talk to your network. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm really excited because when I talk to other executives, one of the things I always want to ask people is how can marketing executives really get better for their job interviews? How can they prepare for their job interviews? And what I have in this particular unit situation is you as a senior corporate executive can ask those types of questions for senior marketing leaders, right? So it's an opportunity for us to think about it really at a strategic, very high level. So let me ask that question to you. When you interview some of these heads of marketing and some of these leaders, what is it that you look for?
Yeah, great question. And let me start by saying that I know these times are difficult for many people, and COVID's created a curveball that none of us saw coming a year ago for sure. And I'm really encouraged to see all the outreach and networks that are out there helping people get connected, and things like what you're doing here, Abdul, I think is great. I think we all need to be helping each other during this time. And certainly if there's anything that I or we at Viva can do to help, please do reach out directly. And we are continuing to hire as well. So if you think there's a fit from the things you see from Viva, let us know that as well. But to answer your question specifically, when I'm interviewing and hiring for more senior people, and I'll talk generally and then I'll talk specifically about marketing, I generally look for two characteristics. A lot of the normal stuff gets vetted early. Are they qualified on paper for the job, that sort of thing. But the two things I look for are related. One is people who really embrace change and look forward to it versus resisting it. And especially in today's world, and it's never been more true than today, that's really a critical success factor I found across roles. And a second is people who have very high EQ and the ability to adapt to very different personality types, especially in the type of work that we do. Having that flexibility to deal with all different types of people is very important. Both of those speak to adaptability and flexibility, and that's really kind of what I'm looking for. In a marketing person, if we drill down on that, I think on the adaptability to types of work, I think the digital landscape and digital marketing are changing so rapidly, especially with the explosion of social media, of different content types, et cetera. Really, the ability to stand out on that dimension is really understanding and being able to predict ways that market's going to evolve, become incredibly important in marketing, probably more so than ever before. And then on the second front, definitely looking for people who have the ability to create a very unique brand, both for themselves that's genuine to their personality, and then use that to lead others, both internally within the organization they're joining, and then create a sense of confidence in the customers that they interact with externally as well. And I think that brand, that marketing brand of leaders, needs to be very authentic and very personal, and it doesn't need to be the same. Everyone has a very unique brand to themselves. And what I try to uncover when I'm interviewing people is what is that person's individual brand? Because again, on paper, people can look very similar. Sure. When you really get into what makes them tick, you get to some very unique differentiation. And to me, those are the two things that I'm looking for.
Wow, Tom, there's so much in there. You're talking about being agile in an environment, right? Having that digital forward-looking outlook, being able to predict the future of marketing, which is so important, and then having your personal brand. I love this. This is great advice. Would you think that some of this also applies to perhaps mid-career marketers, or is it mostly just applied to senior levels?
Oh, for sure. And even entry level. Everyone, your brand as a person is pretty solidified by the time you're a teenager. So, a lot of the person you're going to be later in your career has already been set very early. So I think it's just a continuum, the progression that I just described. And we just might see it a little bit more dialed in and tuned in some more senior people. But I think everyone is on that continuum throughout their career. Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. Tom, I know how busy you are, so thank you so much for taking this time here.
Oh, no, my pleasure. Thanks for the opportunity, and thanks for those who listened this far into the discussion. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and to Tom's point, Viva's hiring, so go on Viva. There's a large number of roles. We're growing rapidly, so take a look there.
All right. Take care, everybody.